morning everyone, and welcome back to the religion segment of Australian News. Today we're going to be looking at Buddhism in Australia and how that affects a person's worldview. We're going to be focusing on Mahayana Buddhism, the largest and most popular sect of Buddhism existing today. Buddhism was founded around 2,500 years ago in the Indian subcontinent with Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha. The Buddha was the first person to reach enlightenment, truly understanding life and being freed from the cycle of birth and death. This causes suffering, so all Buddhists have this goal of becoming enlightened and following the footsteps of the Buddha.
Mahayana Buddhism emerged in the 1st century Common Era, and the name Mahayana translates to the great vehicle in Sanskrit. Mahayana Buddhism flourished in East Asian countries such as Japan, China, and South Korea, and soon made its way to Australia through migration. The religion first came to Australia in the middle of the 19th century with the arrival of Chinese miners during the gold rush. Today, Buddhism is the fastest growing religion in Australia, with over 500,000 Australians being Buddhists. Australia is also home to the largest Buddhist temple in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, let's talk to Achara Kirk, a Buddhist who has been living in Australia for her whole life. So nice to meet you, Achara, and thank you for sparing your time.
Thank you for having me.
So my first question to you is, how does one reach the goal outlined in Mahayana Buddhism?
So Mahayana Buddhists strive to replicate Buddhist life by achieving enlightenment and coming back as Bodhisattvas to help humanity reach the same state. Buddha teaches us that we must follow a path of compassion towards all forms of life, respecting all of nature and humanity. Personally, I follow a vegetarian diet to avoid harming animals and to advocate for non-violence and animal rights. Furthermore, accumulating good karma is vital in reaching enlightenment and living a good life. Being an emotionally rich person who doesn't harm any living being is very important for me and shapes my worldview. A key teaching for all Buddhists, whether Mahayana or not, is that the world is full of desires and impermanence, which causes the suffering. As Buddha said, desire is the root cause of suffering. I try my best to detach myself from things and enjoy every moment to the fullest, as I know that I won't come back again. I practice meditation in the mornings to ground myself and get in touch with my feelings. Furthermore, the Eightfold Path outlines practices to end desire and go onto the path of enlightenment. In summary, the 8 principles include right view, accepting Buddha's teachings, right thought, not letting greed, fear, or anxiety cloud your mind, right speech, spreading positivity through words, right livelihood, avoiding unmoral jobs that include weapons or death, and also right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Following these principles morally guides my life and ensures that I am the best version of myself every single day. Mahayana Buddhism encourages adherents to follow a compassionate, conscious, and a desire-free life, allowing us to develop a worldview which is grounded and focused on the goal of being an ethical human being. By following this, we move closer to becoming enlightened.
Thank you, Achara. What are some rituals and practices in Mahayana Buddhism?
Wow, that's great timing because I think we can hear some worshippers chanting in the background. And so this specific chant is called the Triple Gem, and it is common in Mahayana Buddhism and pays homage to Buddha and serves as a reminder for us that we should follow in his footsteps. In general, chants and mantras provide protection to devotees and prepare the mind for meditation. Meditation is another important practice in Buddhism, as one can develop calmness and peace through it. Although we can meditate during any time of the day, it is recommended that this is done early morning to start the day in a calm way, and that is why I also meditate every morning to get me started on the day. Generating emptiness and getting in touch with your thoughts is necessary for a Buddhist, as it is through this that Buddha first gained enlightenment. Both chanting and meditation is used to gain mindfulness and generate positivity within, which can be transferred out in the world.
Thank you for the insight, Achara. It was great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. So, in summary, Mahayana Buddhism greatly impacts an adherent's worldview as the teachings advocate for a compassionate, kind, and desire-free life which aims to limit suffering and gain enlightenment. These teachings and values shape an individual's outlook on life as being one of misery, which can only be stopped through good karma and a moral life. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.